Parents find out their newborn has half a heart, refuse to give up, and the girl is now 5.
But before we start, please take a moment to give this video a like, subscribe to Happy World, and hit the bell so you'll never miss these great stories.
When a New Mexico couple went to their sonographer, they instantly fell in love with the images of their little one's fingers and feet. Meanwhile, their doctor seemed worried after studying the prenatal ultrasound results. Most couples are delighted upon discovering they will soon become parents. Every prenatal doctor's appointment makes them go through a plethora of emotions as they learn new things about their pregnancy and see their baby move on the sonographer's screen. The couple in today's story had the same sentiments until their doctor told them something unexpected. Their baby girl was diagnosed with a rare condition, and the doctor gave them the option to terminate their pregnancy. Scroll down to find out what happened next. Gary and Caitlin Lange were over the moon when they learned about their pregnancy in 2017. The couple owned a steakhouse in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and looked forward to welcoming their first baby. Things took a turn for the worse when the couple visited their sonographer for their 20-week scan. Caitlin felt the ultrasound device rub against the gel covering her belly as she looked at the screen. Gary recalled, "We counted the fingers and toes and were so excited to see all of them." The soon-to-be parents looked at each other with teary eyes before turning their faces towards the sonographer, whose smile had suddenly faded. Something about the ultrasound report bothered the sonographer. Leaving their hometown meant Gary and Caitlin had to shut down their business. Gary and Caitlin's world turned upside down when the doctor explained what was wrong with their prenatal scan results. The image of their baby's heart was not how it should have been, so the doctor ran another test before revealing the shocking truth. After seeing the test results, the doctor diagnosed Gary and Caitlin's baby girl with a rare condition called hypoplastic left heart syndrome, which affects about 1 in 3,841 babies born in the United States. The doctor discussed the effects of this condition on their baby girl and gave Gary and Caitlin the option to terminate their pregnancy. Without thinking twice, the soon-to-be parents did what they thought was right. They chose to continue their pregnancy. Since their baby was diagnosed with a rare condition, the hospital's surgical team suggested the couple relocate to Colorado to deliver their baby. Leaving their hometown meant Gary and Caitlin had to shut down their business. The couple made the tough decision to close their steakhouse by the end of June 2017 and moved to Colorado for the sake of their little one. They had no idea how long they would have to live in a new city with no source of income. Gary and Caitlin set up a GoFundMe page to manage their finances during the toughest time of their lives. They'd regularly posted updates for their followers, hoping people would keep supporting them. On September 11, 2017, at 11:56 p.m., Gary and Caitlin welcomed their baby girl, Catherine Lange, into this world. Her birth brought untold joy, even though it marked the beginning of unlimited tests and trials for the new parents. When Catherine turned 4 days old, she underwent her first surgery. The little warrior fought for her life and was on oxygen support for some time before her second surgery at 4 months, Gary said. "Catherine is the bravest little girl, taking everything like a champ." It was heartbreaking for the new parents to see their daughter undergo multiple medical procedures, but they didn't give up. They moved cities to provide Catherine with the best medical treatment. Gary worked as an Uber driver, while Caitlin stayed home to look after their little angel. Despite going through the worst, the couple stayed strong and did what the doctors told them. On April 27, 2019, Gary said, "Catherine is now 19 months old and running around like crazy. Our last cardiologist visit was good. Catherine's condition improved with each passing day, but she still wasn't out of danger. However, that didn't stop the little girl from enjoying her life." Gary and Caitlin soon received good news after months of anxiety and stress. On November 22, 2019, they welcomed their second baby, Thomas, into this world and shared that Catherine loved playing with him. However, things took a different turn a few months later when Catherine suddenly fell sick. In May 2020, little Catherine underwent another surgical procedure while her parents prayed for her smooth recovery. Gary and Caitlin supported their little girl in every way possible as they silently cried, watching their little girl in pain. Gary said this journey so far has had its ups and downs, but I can assure you I would not trade it for the world. 5 years later, on September 11, 2022, Catherine turned 5 years old, but not a day went by when she didn't make her friends and family smile. She can now almost live like other kids her age but isn't entirely out of danger. Gary told Fox 13 News, "She can have a heart attack at any time. She could have a stroke at any time. She's 5 years old. She's been through so much in life already," Gary said. He revealed that Catherine's condition had now affected her liver. The doctors had told them if the medicines didn't work, Catherine would need a liver and heart transplant. The kind words. Gary and Caitlin spent their time raising awareness about Catherine's condition. They also donated money to parents of children with heart defects. Our prayers are with Catherine as she fights to live her life. We hope God gives her family the strength to keep providing her with the best medical treatment.